My name's Eoghan Connaughton. I'm the founder of the Gaelic Woodland Project, which is a registered charity. It was started in 2019 and we spent 6 years raising funds. The objective was to create a forest to commemorate the famine, the 200-year anniversary of the famine. So we're planting now in preparation for 2045. In 2024, we purchased 12 acres of land out here in Cloonlavis, County Mayo. Today we're planting multiple different forest habitats. We're planting old oak woodland. Right here and now, that's what's happening behind me. The trees here we've got spindle, hawthorn, oak, birch, might have some hazel as well. And then just beyond, which has already been planted, that's an alluvial woodland. So that area periodically floods. So we've got alder in there, we've got willow in there. So we have a nice complexity of habitats, which is going to be great for biodiversity.
Today we're having our very first tree planting event in Mayo, and we're being kindly helped by Shareridge to do this today. And it's very important, the planting we're doing today, because what we are planting are native Irish trees. They are what I would call true native Irish trees. They're provenance stock. So these trees were all grown from seeds collected from ancient woodlands in Ireland, these very rare remnants of the ancient woodlands. Only about 1% of the island is covered in these woods. Big tree planting projects are importing trees from the continent. They're importing trees from Britain. But the problem with that is it brings in diseases such as fire blight, which is affecting the hawthorn, ash dieback, which is a well-known disease that's absolutely after devastating nearly 90% of all the ash trees in Ireland. So it's now very important that we pivot away from this, expand our native tree nursery capacity, and make provenance stock, true native trees available for all these tree planting projects. It will make us more resilient going into the future. It'll protect our native forests from diseases, and they are more healthy, biodiverse forests as they host much more abundance of life, and they are much greater carbon sinks.
From a Shareridge point of view, what we're doing out here today is we are replanting a wet woodland. We have come on board with the Gaelic Woodland Project to basically donate money for them to be able to purchase the trees on our behalf, so that we can then come down here and plant them into land that the Gaelic Woodland Project have secured to replant and reforest. What that's doing for Shareridge is that we're offsetting or hoping to remove the carbon emissions that we've created by running the electricity or all the electrical components within our office blocks, so Castlebar, Limerick and Hegarty. We've calculated through doing an energy review last year that the emissions from those equates to about 20 tonnes of carbon per year. And by planting 1,000 trees, each of these trees, when they're fully established, will absorb about 20 kilos of carbon a year individually. So when you multiply that by 1,000, you get up to your 20 tonnes. The drains here that would have been cut into the land to remove the water to dry it out, they're going to be blocked again in the future once these trees get settled in, and the land will eventually kind of re-wet itself. And with that, then the natural flora and fauna that would have existed in this sort of ecosystem will return. And for us, for Shareridge, that will help towards biodiversity net gain. So on some of our projects where we might have to, say, cut through a hedgerow or remove trees or something like that in order to put down pipes, we would have biodiversity loss, where you're taking out some natural aspects, some parts of the environment to put down a pipe, and then because of the sensitive nature of the pipes under the ground, you can't replant on top of those. You might have to plant either side of it. But actually, so what we're doing here is we're restoring an area of Irish ecosystem, which will help us in that sense kind of have a gain on the biodiversity that we may have to impact with some of the works.
And whether it's invasive species or whether it's planting trees like we're doing here on 11 acres or raising funds to do work like this, it's going to take a massive community or a national community effort. So small clubs, communities, groups can come together. It's not happening top down, so it has to organically grow bottom up. And that's where groups like this and the help from partners like Shareridge and other groups that are going to support us in doing this.
There you are, last one planted. I think that's a number 1,000. It was a pleasure, I must admit. I'm going away with a great appreciation of what it means to these people and obviously to ourselves, and doing our little piece for carbon emissions and one thing and another. But it's been a fantastic day. We've had great fun and the crack has been mighty. I'm looking around me, I've realised that I'm way more efficient and effective at planting than the rest of them put together.
Had a great morning here with Eoghan and his team, and they really welcomed us out here in Kilshma, and it's great to be with Sarah and Nikita and their team and the passion that they all have for the sustainability and the environment, and we've got a real feel of that today. And no matter what John says, the women planted more trees than John Monaghan today.
Very, very happy today that Shareridge are coming out to help us plant. Their support is allowing us to continue our work and to build upon this site, because this is the last day of the field. This area will never be grazed again. We're going to be taking care of it now. We have a 20-year restoration plan, so it's called successional planting. It's kind of an in-house plan. It's an experiment based upon very successful projects in Scotland, and we're hoping to create a functional forest ecosystem here. So by 2045 we can have a forest that's really going to be very symbolic, you know, that time of scarcity marked with a place of abundance.